Hey there friends, it's Tammy with Stamp and Scrap with Tammy with our weekly Facebook Live. Welcome to all of you that are watching live. And if you're watching the replay, hello to you as well. Be sure to say hello, like the video, share the video. I have got a great prize patrol for today. I forgot to grab it. I have to show you though. Let me get it. And if you've been following along my business page, you know it's all organized in my office. So I could just whip right in there and go to my prize patrol bin and show you. So this week's prize patrol is going to be the Seasons of Fun. So this is a prize patrol for anyone watching on YouTube that likes the video, shares any of that fun stuff to participate, also on Facebook. So just participate this week and you will be entered for this drawing. I will draw next week during our live. Of course, you don't have to be live to be eligible to win. You can watch it on the replay. I'll send you a message, get your address, and I will send it off to you. So next week's live will be on November 10th. It is November 3rd, 2021. If you happen to be watching this later, that's when this is taking place. So today, of course, we've got a new product release. So I am using the Eden Garden bundle today, but I am making it so silly simple today. So we are making a, how do we say that? A simple, successful stamping card. I forgot. That's like my own term, and I forgot it. Simple, successful stamping card today. The layout is going to be very familiar. We used it a couple months ago on all of the Designer Series papers. Today, I made a card with all 6 patterns of the Designer Series paper to share with you. And I made my own Designer Series paper too. So we'll see how far we get on making all 6 cards today. We might just make a few of them, but I have samples for all of them to show you. So that's all I'm going to talk about here. We have a little chatting to do as we go. So we'll just do that as we go. All right, everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today. I am so glad that you are here. And we have got some other super exciting things. I don't know if I printed the brochure to share. I see a few are watching. I haven't logged in on my computer yet, so I'm sure hoping, I don't know if you can see, I still have my coffee here. I got down here a little late. This is what happens. I was ready for the video kind of, you know, like had all the design and all that yesterday. And so then I kind of lollygag getting down here today after I took the kids to school. So then all of a sudden it's like, oh shoot, I got to get this, I got to get that. So I will be right with you guys. Just take a look at this beautiful stamp set. These are the dies that coordinate with it. And then I will be with you in just a minute. I want to see if I printed the flyer I wanted to talk about. Well, I have a small one anyways. So there is a wonderful special starting tomorrow. So if you are interested in saving, like gosh, I don't know, $50 plus shipping, so $65 or so. I call it the Happy Shopper Starter Kit Special. So it is our starter kit special with Stampin' Up. Starting tomorrow is on sale for $75. So you pick any $125, it says here, and you only pay $75. So that's an incredible deal. It starts tomorrow. So just to kind of put it into context, this stamp set and bundle, so the stamp set, the dies, there's some vellum paper, there's some gems, and the Designer Series paper comes to $82. So if you love this suite that I'm using today, you could get this plus $43 more for $75. So I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer. And there is no extra obligation after that. Now, of course, you can place orders and save 20% for 6 months. So, you know, why not? All right, if you have questions about that, contact me or hit that button where it says it in the post. You'll see it up there. That goes all month long. So don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have questions about it. But really, there's not any other hidden things to talk about it. That's what it is. All right, so this is what we're using today. Eden's Garden. Here are the dies. I'm not using the dies today because, like I said, I am doing a simple, successful stamping card today. This is a very familiar layout to those that have been around watching for a while, but not everybody has. So this will be a new one to some people, and it really shows off the Designer Series papers. I have got my stamps ready. I think I have to clean them. I mean, I'm kind of going backwards. I might have to clean them before I use them today. So if you want to stamp along with me, whether you are stamping this exact card or maybe you're stamping a different project, I would love to see it in the comments. So you can just cut up this paper as we go, any Designer Series paper that you have, and have a sentiment ready to go, and you are going to be off and running. All right, so what we need is our card bases. I have got 7 of them here. I think we'll probably get through all 7 of these. And I'm using Soft Succulent today and Evening Evergreen. So I have 2 pieces or 2 cardstock colors. I've got basically 1 ink pad. I did bring in my Soft Succulent ink pad when I made my own designer series paper. And so I might just go right in a row. I'm not going to show off all the cards just yet. I'll keep them hidden back there. So Soft Succulent, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 if you like to pre-score. I think I'm going to do these all right away. So I've got 7 cards today. So if you take any of our designer series packages of paper, there's typically, I don't know that I've ever had it any different, except for maybe like the 6x6 packs, but the 12x12 stacks typically come with 6 different designs. Of course, there's a back and a forward, so actually 12 designs, but there's 6 different designs. So this one works so great to do all the different designs with basically the same card, because it's just greenery and just beauty. And then, you know, as I was playing with this last night, this is the first I used it. You know, I'm thinking I can incorporate it in with some Christmas, add a little touch of maybe some cherry cobbler in there, and it's going to be just beautiful. So I'm on 4. Let's hope I have enough here. Otherwise, I'll just cut out one of the designer series for my creating with you today. Oh no, it looks like I have enough. So again, I've got Soft Succulent here, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 if you like to have your cards pre-scored. I do a little of both. Today I don't have them pre-scored because I'm just doing them very quickly. But if you like to, 4 1/4 is what you're going to score this at. All right, so I've got the same base for all of my cards today. Now my next layer is the Evening Evergreen, and I can actually get all of these ready at one time, except for the one where I'm going to save one that we'll do at the end. My Evening Evergreen, this piece here is 3 1/4 by 5. No, I'm wrong. Let me write that down for you. I need to write it down because otherwise we're going to really have a kerfuffle here. Okay, so I got this nice big, talk about overkill on the size of the Post-it I grabbed, but that's okay. So we have got 3. I'll write them down. So cardstock, let's go CS, that's cardstock. So if you ever see that, and then DSP is designer series paper. I know sometimes these, like the first time I saw some of these, I was like, what is that all about? I have no idea. So cardstock, we have got 3 1/4 by 5 1/4, okay? My designer series paper, this piece right here is 3 by 5, okay? So basically that's all of our measurements. And then our base, let's write that down. 3 measurements, that's it, is 5.5 by 8.5, score at 4 1/4. Now, who can't remember that? You probably don't even need to write that down. All right, and so let me just, I'll leave this sit here for just a little bit. Why not? And I'm gonna move my chamois out of the way here. Okay, so now I've got my designer series paper. So now you'll get to see these beautiful papers. I've got them already pre-cut. Let me make sure I grabbed them all. I'm gonna make some extras of this up, so I've got more than what I need here, I know, but I wanna show you the different patterns before I adhere them. This one I did a bunch of. This is my favorite. Look at that, all those beautiful foils. And like I said, I've got some extras of that one. I must have really liked that one. I went a little wild cutting that one. All right, so then we have 4, 5. I'm missing one. Which one am I missing? Let me look behind me and see if it's here. Well, it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. Okay, so let's go ahead and adhere these. Now you can use liquid glue, but for the sake of time, I'm going to use my Stamp and Seal. It's much quicker for me anyways. And we'll place that down. Now you see, I should show you the back sides of these too. So look at that, some beautiful patterns. You know, I'm imagining other things that this would coordinate with as well. There's many other stamp sets that this would look great with. Again, I did mention Christmas. And you know what I should also mention? So I believe what I heard, I should confirm this stuff before I say it, but I heard it from some friends that the stamp set and dies are going to be in another like catalog, a printed catalog edition. But this paper is not. So really, if you're thinking about a purchase right now, and you're not sure about buying the whole thing, but you really like the paper, it's okay to just get the paper. You don't have to buy the entire bundle. And as you'll see today, I'm basically using the words and the paper. I'm really letting the paper be the highlight today. Okay, I'm gonna have to find which paper I'm missing here. Or do I have them all? Maybe I just can't count today. Nope, I think I'm missing one. But it won't be a problem to just cut one real quick. I said I really had a lot of that darker one with the foils because I must have really liked that one. And let's do the last one. So kind of funny story as we go here. I always try to have something interesting to tell you, and I swear I don't make this stuff happen. But yesterday, you know, so many of you know, if you haven't, I don't know if, well, this is meeting in person, it's not in person, but, you know, if you haven't met me before, if this is, you know, first, second, third time dropping by here, just so you know, I have a busy family. I have 2 children and a husband that works nights and stuff. So it's kind of on me to do the delivering of the children to all of their activities. I got to sneak in here and see if I can figure out which pattern I'm missing. Maybe I'm not missing one. There's got to be one more. Okay, that one. Oh, I think I see it. I don't know. Hold on, folks. I found it. I found it. I'll be right with you. Let me grab it. Either that or we'll end up with 2 of the same. Oh, it is right here. Okay. Cut right. All right, back to last night. So I came home, I dropped the children off, dropped Allison off. So she's 14. She does some math, like math as kind of an activity, kind of like a math league. She wanted to be a stronger student in math, so she goes to Mathnasium. So I took her there, and then I dropped Brody off at hockey. He's 11. And then I came home to create these cards because I had about an hour. And then I needed to pick her up first. And all of a sudden I was like there, but guess where I was? I was at hockey. I went back to the hockey rink and I'm waiting for him to come out. I'm like, wait a minute, I'm picking up the wrong child. I need to go across town to pick her up. So that was kind of funny. I guess, you know, when you've been to the hockey rink too many times, when your car just like autopilot goes to the hockey rink. I know, it was kind of funny. All right, and so then I went back across town, got her, brought her home, stayed home for 10 minutes, and then I went back and I got him from hockey. So look at these beautiful designer series papers. I mean, wow. The greenery, the foil, they are outstanding. Okay, so I just matted those on Evening Evergreen. We got designer series, soft succulent. Now, let's just put them together. Okay, so I'm not going to do this in any particular, am I going to do it in a particular? Sure, I guess I should. I should have a little organization to today. So I'm going to do 2 different layouts with the same exact measurements. And let's just go ahead, adhere this. We got stuff to do today. We got to do simple, successful stamping cards so we can get lots of cards out in the mail today. Well, let's stamp. I keep forgetting what I'm doing. See, that's the problem when you have a lot to do. Then I get busy and I just try to whip through it, and then sometimes it takes longer. So what I did do for some of these, and actually all these were really cut already. I keep a little bin of extras if I have a little scrap and I'm die cutting things. You know, so things get cut out. So this one I believe is from the Tasteful Label Dies. So I've got a variety of different labels that I'm going to stick on a few of these. Not a ton of different ones, but a few. And then I used all of the sentiments that were in the stamp set. Let's grab that again, just so you can see it. These are the sentiments, some very nice kind of thinking of you style. And reminder, this is our prize patrol for today. So participate in today's video. You'll be entered. That is for next week. If you participated in September, I'll be having a post come out in the next few days that posts all the winners. I'm going to try to, now that I'm not quite as busy as I was earlier. What am I doing? Earlier, I don't need that quite yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. I was pretty busy this fall for September, October, so I just did one big monthly one. But now I think things have calmed down a little bit. Well, as I'm talking about going to the hockey rink every day, I thought they had calmed down. But they should be during the day when my children are at school. It should be a little bit calmer for me. So I'm hoping to get back to just the regular weekly and have time to keep caught up on that. So that's the plan. Stamp set giveaway, though, for this week. And it's a hostess one, so the only way to get that is to place a really big order and then claim it as your host rewards. So you can do that too. That's an option. All right. Why do I have water here? What is going on? I had too much water on my chamois. Okay. So this is my favorite label. It's from the Soft Succulent dies. Why do I say that's my favorite? Because then I'm going to go in and I'm going to tell you that this one is my favorite, which is from the Halloween set, the Frightfully Cute dies. So, you know, they're all my favorite. So just having some good labels around is great. I definitely look at that when I'm purchasing dies, because sometimes, honest, I don't like all those intricate dies necessarily. So really on this one, I love this border. I might not use that one too much, although I'm envisioning a wreath. Check back next week on November 10th. I'm going to come up with something cool with that. But I do know I'll use this a lot, and I will for sure use this label a lot. So I love it when a stamp set, or a set of dies, I'm sorry, has a nice set of labels with it that you can put the sentiment on. And this is from the Soft Succulent. Okay. Hello, dear friend. How are you? And you know what I'm going to do, because I do know that I'm going to use these two. I think I'm going to use two of these. As long as I'm doing this one. I'm going to sneak in here. You know, I'm peeking. I don't want to like give away all of it. I mean, it's not like I'm showing you the coolest thing in the world today. Yes, it is. Why am I not giving myself enough credit? These are pretty darn cool. Okay. And I'm going to use two that say sending hugs. These are pretty darn nice cards. And up and down, nice and gentle. See that? See that? Nice and gentle. Tap, tap, tap. Sending hugs. Remember, you're not getting too intimate with your ink pad is what I'm saying. Just a nice gentle tap, tap. A little gentle hug. Not an attack. Okay, sending hugs. Perfect. Okay. So let's set these aside. I'm going to let them dry a little. That Evening Evergreen ink can be a little bit juicy. We're still going to use that again. We're not done with it. So basically all the sentiments that I used, I put in Evening Evergreen ink. So one ink pad, even if you didn't have Evening Evergreen, but you had this paper, you wanted to make these general idea or this general concept of a card, I mean, just grab something else. Grab a basic black, grab an old olive, whatever you have. It's okay. You don't have to have exactly what I have here. Now I'm going to grab this gold trim. I love this trim. I can't do a set of cards without doing, I know other people probably do this little loop-de-loop thing too, but this is kind of my signature thing. I think at least once a week I make a card with this. I try to do other stuff and I just can't. You know, kind of like when you try to like fix your hair different. Every day I think, oh, I should do something different. I mean, my hair has looked the same for 12 years. So, I mean, probably longer. But, so anyways, let's go back over and let me show you that. Maybe you haven't been watching me forever, so you don't know what this loop-de-loop thing is. All right, go around about 4 times. I like to do this with thinner trim, petite ribbons, things like that. So go around 4 times. We got a nice little circle here. I'm holding it pretty snug. Now we're gonna go, we've got a circle. We're gonna go pinch it in the middle to our lasso, or what I say, number 8, depending on what you wanna, how you wanna view it. And then I'm kind of, you know, pinching it in the center, twisting around just a little bit. And then I'm going to push it down onto my glue dot. I put a glue dot where I want it to stay. Now look, it's going to kind of go everywhere. That's okay. If that makes you nervous, which I know it does some people, it doesn't me. You could just put another glue dot down. And now, oh boy, it's stuck to my nail. I need to go get my nails done today. They're too long. They're just driving me crazy. And so I'm not going to worry at this point. See, I'm going to just kind of try to get it to stay a little bit. Okay, that's it. I'm not going to worry about anything else on there right now. But what I am going to do, I'm going to find some dimensionals first. That's what we're going to do next. And oh my goodness, I have a full sheet, a whole brand new sheet of dimensionals. And they're the full size ones too. I have mini ones sitting here too, but these ones are full size. It's like an exciting day. I better just stay home and make cards all day today. I wish I could do that. Wouldn't that be fun? Oh my gosh, that'd be so fun. But I do have other things to do today too. I have to, well, I'm going to go get my nails done. I mean, that's a must. And then kids have a little running around for me to do. Okay, let's put that down. And see, and I just put the dimensionals on the side so that there was clearance there where my little loop-de-loop things are, my lasso. And now at this point, after it's snug, now I can worry about spreading it out a little bit. You see, this one got really fancy. So they're all gonna be a little bit different. And that looks beautiful. Now, there are some gems. I'm gonna leave these without gems because they're coming. I'll show them to you next week. The Eden Garden collection does have gems with them. They were on back order when I ordered. They're available now. And then I never got back in or remembered to put them in my next order. So I will get them added. But you could definitely add any gold embellishment and it would look beautiful. Okay, so next up, I am going to find this beautiful designer series paper. I'm going to add just a little bit of ribbon to this to give it just a little bit different look. And this is the Evening Evergreen. There's this, and I'm going to use the soft succulent on a card too. And the nice thing about this ribbon is it does come in all of this year's in colors. So there's 5 different, oh goodness, I should have written them down. So you can get this in. Let's see if I can remember them. Obviously Evening Evergreen. You can get them in soft succulent. Those are the 2 easy ones because they're right in front of me. Polished pink. Let's see. Anyone remember the rest of them? Let me see. Let me see. What did I say? Polished pink, pale papaya. That's 4. So what in the world is the 5th one? I don't know. If you know, say it in the comments. I'd love to know. And it'll come to me like as soon as I stop thinking about it. And I can't even picture the color in my head. I don't know. Looks like somebody will know. Okay. And then do you see that? I just flipped that around. It's loose up here. We are doing no bow bowing, no bow bowing, no bow bow tying today. No tie bow tying. I don't know. Oh boy. I should really just do these to music and without me talking. Okay, so do you see that? I just have this strip here. I'm tucking it underneath and we're going to tie a knot. Then we're going to bring in that sending hugs one that I already did. See, now I can just move it over. There we go. And trim this down. Trim and trim. You know, I still haven't pulled it up on my computer. I can kind of see some comments coming through from my phone, but I appreciate all of you that are watching, whether it's live, the replay, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you may be. Now, something I do want to mention, I've been working on a few fun little projects. All right, so now I'm going to snip this in half with a paper snips, which, oh my goodness, I don't have one here. I only have my ribbon scissors. How dare I? You know what? I'll just do it on my trimmer. That'll work. Okay, boy. What do you know? That works great. Okay, so this is the same die as this. So this is, let's get some extra, I don't know, let's get a little extra out of our dies. So I just trimmed it in half and I'm going to make a second layer. I love things having a layer to them. And so I'm going to just put a little adhesive on each side. There's going to be more on this, so you don't have to overdo it on the adhesive. And then I will just put it hover it right over the top of the piece I cut in half. And now I will go to the other side as well. And now all we got to do, attach this with some dimensionals. And off we go. Now, why did I switch to these? Goodness, I tell you. Maybe I better not drive around anywhere today either. Who knows where I'm going to end up today if I start driving around. Maybe I'd end up at the airport and then I could go on vacation. That'd be a good place to just drive yourself to. Okay, and let's go ahead and put that in place. Super simple, super adorable. Let's go with the next card. And now once I add those other embellishments, I might add a few on here just to share how they look. And then look at this one. This is my favorite. I love this. I love the simplicity of this card. I'm saying love a lot, but I do really like these. Okay, I love a lot of things. So, okay, so let's bring this one in. Look at how fast this is. So if you need some fast cards, go with this layout. Let's talk about those measurements. Maybe not everybody was, that's it. 3 measurements, no problem. Take a screenshot of that if you need to. And I'm thinking I'm in the wrong place. I better look. Why did I do this? If I am in the wrong place, that's okay. If I'm on my personal page, that Facebook doesn't like kick me off. They don't really like that. Oh, that's what I was going to start talking about. A few other things I'm doing. So if you want to see some more projects that I do throughout my day on Pinterest. So Pinterest is the best place to go right now oh, I am in the right spot. Good. I just had this, just this like, I think I do this every week almost. Like, oh my gosh, did I go live in the wrong spot? Because I did once. And I mean, it wasn't the end of the world. It was just kind of goofy. Oh my goodness. And now my volume. Okay. So let's go back to that. So Pinterest. So if you want to see my regular, day-to-day cards that I make, go to Pinterest, find Stamp and Scrap with Tammy Nelson, and I will pop up. I've been sharing there a lot lately. Apparently that's what the world likes to see. So that is where I've been spending a lot of my time. And so I'm inviting you right now. I'll share the link when I'm done here to my Pinterest too. I didn't think to put that in the headline. But I'll be sure that the link ends up there so that you can find me there. And sometimes I even share pictures of other things too, like cute dogs and things. But all right, so I'm going to go with hello there. This is a great hello card. And up and down. Now I am over on TikTok, not so active there, but I am over there if you want to check that out too. Basically same stuff that the same projects that I share from Pinterest. Okay, so then I am going to go, because I do want to share with you all of them. Now this, I'll probably make like 100 cards that just says hello there because I love it so much. But because I wanted to show you all of the sentiments, let's move into this next one. Now I'm kind of not following my own rules here. Usually I say, do not attach anything until after you've done your stamping. So I should stamp this first and then attach. But I want to know exactly where it's going to be. So that's why I'm not, because, my paper could shift and I want it to be right in that exact spot. And so that is why I'm doing it this way today. Now, if you're a heavy-handed stamper, you might want to do it the opposite. But I'm not. I'm, real gentle, tap, tap, tap. I know I'm not going to end up with a big mess of ink everywhere because I'm pretty gentle when I push down on my ink pad. Up and down, let it soak in a little bit, and off we go. Okay, look at that, beautiful. My heart is tied to yours. Tug if you need anything, and then the inside of this one, you know what, let's do a little inside right now. You don't necessarily have to put an insert because it is a light enough color. We can add sending hugs. Okay, perfect, completed card. And next up, let's move this ink pad out of the way. We have our label ready to go. And I just need to snip the other one in half. All right, so I mentioned Pinterest. So Pinterest and the email list. Those are the two best places to be to see what's going on. Now, of course, the weekly Facebook Live is excellent, or the replay on YouTube. But if you want to know events that are going on, if there's any specials happening, if you want my free tutorial on Tuesday, the email list is where you want to be for that. And just general sharing ideas and cards and things, those end up over on Pinterest. So a couple different places to be. Pinterest and the email list are the two biggest, I would say. And then, of course, those other places are an option as well. And where am I going? What am I doing? I'm bringing in another card base. I'm going to put this beautiful designer series onto my soft succulent. Too fast. Got too excited. Okay, so I'm not going to set this down. You know what I'm going to do, if it's handy? If I have my silicone craft sheet, boy, isn't this, let me show you this. Okay. I hope this is working. Maybe it's not. Okay. All right. And so the silicone craft sheet, what's nice about that is like it's not going to stick. So if I accidentally put my adhesive on, and I swear I didn't do this on purpose, I can set it on this craft sheet and I'm still going to be able to pull it up. It's not going to get, adhesive onto my surface. Now this is the soft succulent in that same, I think it's called open weave ribbon. I'm doing the same exact concept here. I'm going to flip it around. Now, many times I will just adhere this with some Scotch tape, but this is light enough ribbon. It is going to stay in place, no problem. And you see that? So now I can go in and finish adding a little more adhesive and put this down into place. snip a tiny little piece of my ribbon to put my no bow bow tying bow onto the front of the card. And that is going to, I don't even know, how many cards do we have done here? Quite a few. And the other 3 are going to go quite quickly. Stick around till the end though, so that you can check out the one. I'm going to make my own designer series paper at the end. And you're going to see how beautiful this stamp set is to make your own designer series paper. That's coming at the end of the video. You know, I said today was going to be a quick video, but apparently it is not, because once I started doing this, I couldn't stop. Okay, so we have, look, oh, we only have one more. Okay, we have one more regular, then the designer series paper. So last designer series paper. So you'll see as we've went here, I think you will agree that this designer series paper can be intermingled. So if you wanted to find one layout and use one package of paper, you could make the exact same card and use any sheet of the designer series paper in this package and have a nice successful stamping card. Now yours might not be as simple as mine. Maybe you are an elaborate, over the top, avid stamper. That's great too. I'd love to see those projects. But I am a simple stamper that dabbles. I dabble in the crazy stuff every once in a while, not too often. But I am going to bring back a card with this same bundle next week where I will use some of the die cuts. All right, nice simple card. Now something here I'd probably add, because that is very simple, is something like this, which I'm going to add this on my own that I make too, of my own designer series paper. I'd add maybe like a little bumblebee trinket or something, because that is a kind of a petite stamp for that space. So let's just add that. And there you have it. Now I do want to hide my one where I'm going to make my own designer series paper, because I want you to see it as I do it. So let's go ahead, clear off a little space here. So look at that. I just made 6 cards in, you know, and I chalked a lot in 34 minutes. So 6 cards, 34 minutes, lots of chatting. I mean, and now I have 12 ready to go. I'll fan these all out at the end. But let's go ahead right now. So supplies we're gonna need. I'm gonna need a piece of basic white paper, and guess what? You will never know that that was basic white, or that it was basic white if you saw my finished card. This is all I need for the card that I'm going to make right now. That's it. So I just need these basic measurements. 3 things is all you need to make your own designer series paper with this today. And I am going to get some scratch paper, because there'll be some stamping off for this. Okay. I'm loving seeing the comments. I can't read them all, but thank you so much to those that are commenting and sharing and liking. I really appreciate that. It certainly helps me be able to continue to do these videos. And one last reminder, I don't know, who knows, maybe I'll remind you again. This is our prize patrol for today, the Seasons of Fun stamp set. So be sure to take part by liking, sharing, commenting on today's video. So we have got to show you the stamp set. So look at this. Now these are what I'm making the designer series paper in, obviously. So let's just start with, cleaning. You know, I go a little backwards. I start with cleaning. Oh, I have to share. That reminds me. So if you're watching this live, later today, I have to share on Facebook. Maybe I'll share on my story too on Instagram. But last week I cleaned my office, like major deep cleaned my office. And I found some great treasures. I have to share today's treasure. It's the last one. I kind of dumped everything that I found into one little bin, and I'll share a picture with you later. Yesterday it was my Stampin' Up! Bags. I just got to decide where I'm going to put those. And then the day before, it was a visor from the place that my mom and I used to run a little cafe together. I'm still holding on to that. I don't know why. All right, so let's just, a nice gentle stamp. This is what we call a distinctive stamp. So it is meant to look kind of faded. There's darker spots, you know, where the branches are. Evening Evergreen is what I have here. And let's see, I'm going to stamp this, I believe, about 3 times, where it's more the full. And then let's go over here, put a little there and a little there. So I'm just making my own paper right now. And then I'm going to bring in the branches. And really, I'm just going to use one. in some soft succulent ink. So this is the only time I pulled in another ink color on all of the cards that I used today. And just gentle, 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 straight up, straight down, as gentle as can be. Like you're just a nice little tap on the shoulder. And I'm just gonna fill in most of the white space, but not overlap too much. And then what I did, now it looks great right here, but you know, I've also, oh, need this yet. I've also been on a little bit of a blending kick. So I have been just really, really getting crazy with my blends. And so I'm gonna grab my blending, put it into my soft succulent. I definitely encourage you to go like this before you put it on your paper. It makes it so that when you're blending, you don't get that harsh line in one spot. And then I'm just gonna go over my paper here. Need just a little more on there, just a nice little tap off the side. And it's just gonna give us a super gentle background. So maybe you're like, well, I don't know if I want that whole pack of designer series, but I kind of like the look of it. Get the stamp set. So that's an option again, or you can get all of it. Consider again, I'll remind you one more time, for the month of November 2021, beginning tomorrow, November 4th, through the end of the month, you can take part in that Happy Shopper Starter Kit special. Get it for $75. Who doesn't love a deal? And then you get to pick 125. So you could get this whole bundle plus $43 more for $75. So I don't know, that's a steal if I've ever heard one. And then last but not least, we'll adhere this together. We're gonna do my favorite stamp, the hello there, for this layout anyways. And I will scroll through the comments when I'm done here. But if you have any questions, be sure to ask them and I'll see what I can do to address them before I head out today. Otherwise, I will definitely go back and follow up with as many as I have time for today or throughout the next few days. And last but not least, let's add this stamping. Isn't that fun? I don't make my own designer series paper enough. I should definitely do it more. Hello there. And maybe we will add the sending hugs. I have someone I can send this card off to today, actually. Straight up, straight down. And this one I thought, let's just spruce it up a little bit too and add a bumblebee. So let's bring these bumblebee trinkets back in. And a glue dot, my take a pick tool. So I just do that, pick it off with my take a pick. I'm gonna go right into my bumblebees. And there you have it. Let me move this stuff out of the way so that I'll kind of glance at the comments as I'm cleaning up here. And then I'll bring in all of the cards to share with you at one time. I love seeing them all in a view together. I can't believe I got that much done in that short of time. And here's the stamp set. Let's remind you what those dies look like. So this is like those avid crafters. I'm sure you guys are already thinking up great ideas of what you can do with those. I'm thinking a wreath would be great. Okay, so I'm just clearing off here extra pieces I had. I don't know how many I thought I was going to make. I must have thought I was going to make a lot. Well, I am, but I won't put you guys through watching my craziness here. Okay, so I have got my space cleared off, and now I can bring in all of those cards to share with you. So again, this is the one where I made my own designer series paper. If you'd like to see close-up pictures of these, be sure to go over to Pinterest and follow my Pinterest page. After I'm done with the video, I will add the link in. But that's where, you know, they're probably not going to show up there today, but in the next few days, they will. All right, so look at this. So now I'm going to have 14 cards completed, ready to send off to my friends and family and customers and all the great people in my life. So we've got the same layout, 2 different directions. And again, this is great with any designer series paper. And it really lets the designer series paper be the star of the show, which is really what I love too, because sometimes we don't want to hide that. And let's put these out for you to see. This one might be my favorite. I don't know. I can't decide. All right, everybody. So that is the video for today. I hope that you enjoyed me showing off the Eden Garden Designer Series paper stamp sets. Showed off the dies a little bit, but next week we'll really get into using these. We'll step this up a little bit. But we started with the basics of the Designer Series paper and the stamp set. Next week, it'll be time to move on up to the next level and add in some dies. So I hope you guys all have a wonderful week. I'll be back live November 10th, 11 a.m. Central. If I don't see you before then, have a great week, everybody. Take care.